Hey YouTube, welcome back. Today we'll be continuing Wizardry 7. You'll note one difference, I think, with relation to the audio. I've adjusted microphone volume and I hope this is better. I've also gone and turned off the in-game music, which really wasn't very much, and we are instead playing some very wonderful dungeon synth sounds as our audio backdrop here, used with permission, of course. So, let's continue our adventure. We were going to be proceeding through this door and talking to the NPC on the other side. Behind a flutter of papers inside the inner chamber of the library, you surprise an old and gray rat-like creature, who apparently does not like surprises. Yeesh! Who are you? Why can't you leave me to work in peace? Besides, I gave the city blueprints to the strangers that were just here before you, if that's what you're looking for. Now leave me alone! Oh, sir, you've given me plenty of openings. Let's talk. The blueprints of the old city, a part of my records on our history. Oh, let's get a story here. The history of Old City. That's what I've been researching. Listen, and I'll tell you what I've learned. A long time ago, everyone lived together here. All in the same city. Old City. Life was simple for our ancestors. There was a common purpose: to fulfill the law of something called the Sacred Stone. But as time went on, there was disagreement upon the meaning of the sacred writing. Everyone began having different ideas, and they began to fight amongst themselves. Different groups were formed, each claiming to represent the one true interpretation of the sacred stone. In time, each faction created their own version of the sacred stone, rewriting it to conform to their own beliefs. The original sacred stone was lost, obscured, and forgotten. Eventually, all anyone knew was dependent upon the beliefs of the faction into which they were born. Naturally, the different factions began to separate. Soon, newer cities were constructed in surrounding regions, and Old City was abandoned. All evidence of our original common ancestry disappeared. There were wars. The simple life had come to an end, and each faction began to evolve in an entirely different way. Some believed that this was bad. Others claimed that it was all foretold. And a few others yet say that this was all as it should be. Hundreds of years have passed. Then, one day, a strange thing occurred. A group of strangers appeared, calling themselves the Higardi. They said they came from the mountains, where they had been living in the ages since the fall of Old City. They had achieved great scientific wonders, and they wished to share their knowledge with all. A common ground was needed for all the differing factions to meet with the Higardi, and so a new city was constructed. And it was built on top of Old City. Then, as suddenly as they had appeared, the Higardi vanished. No one knows exactly what happened. There must have been some purpose, but no one knows what it is. And so then, at last, here we are. Well, that is quite the story. So it sounds like at one point in time, all these different factions, the Ratkin, the Monk, the Gorn, the Dane, and the Higardi, sounds like at one point they were all the same, until they all broke up into the little sects and came up with their own religious teachings, their own interpretations of the original sacred stone. So that's some good background knowledge of what's going on here on the planet. Let's ask about access to Old City. And hope he doesn't give us the whole history again. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's just click, click, clickety through this thing. And I guess we can't make the text go any faster. All I can do is, once the text is up on the screen, click to cut a split second off before we go to the next one. Yeah, you say something to an old man and he just goes on and on and on, and telling you his life's work story here. Can't really get a hint that we don't want to hear it all over again. Alright, well, I'm going to use my game knowledge to ask him about the archives of Old City. I don't even need a question mark. The text parser will just take this word. Let me think a moment. There were some archives in the Old City. When New City was built, the archives were sealed off and covered over. Years ago, I went there to study the records of our history. I think I may still have the key. One moment. Ah, I hope this helps with what you're looking for. And she gets an item. The access to Old City is on the south side of New City. It's been locked up for years. Be careful. Yeah, I won't mention it then. Mr. Wonderland, sorry, Professor Wonderland, what do you have that we might want to buy? Ooh, magic dusts. Well, fairy dust puts them to sleep. I don't know what sneeze powder does. Flash powder probably blinds them. Throwing knife, shuriken, a cutlass, basilard, bite daggers, throwing knives, butterflies. Wowee. I wonder what a hardened steel dagger is like. Or poignard, poignard. However that's pronounced exactly. Well, not exactly looking at any of those weapons, but I wonder if we'll get a decent price on some of these throwing weapons that we've been finding. Blythe, are you holding on to them still? No. Connie, were you holding on to the throwing weapons? You were. No thanks. You sell them, but you don't want to buy them. Yeah, only 9? No, I will, I'll hold on to those and sell them at the actual weapons store. But thanks for your time anyway, Mr. Wonderland. I hope he's not a pretentious sort who requires us to say Professor. Oh, Trekker Ralek, member of the Umpani Special Forces, I think. Well, we are not going to have much to say to you, sir, other than goodbye. And here we go, already running into wandering NPCs. Alright, we have yet to go through this door. And I don't think we're going to have an encounter on the other side, but never hurts to save the game anyway. Okay, we have thoroughly explored the library. Now, let's thoroughly explore some other places. Ooh, a locked door. Let's pick it with Connie the Thief. If we jam the door, we'll have to resave, because you cannot open a jammed door. Failure. Just normal failure. Still good to go. Failure. Connie, come on. There you go. We knew you could do it. Let's save after that success. Ooh, and a big old pack of savant guards. Well, we asked for it. Angie, do you have any thing to use? Yeah, you do. Blythe, do you happen to have something fancy? You do. I don't want to use up that dust devil, though. I know, I'm sure I'll just waste it somewhere else eventually, but you throw the mind sticks, if you would, please. Right, nothing there. You just hide. Deirdre, please make Angie's skin iron. Edith, same as ever. Give us a bless. Yeah, the most powerful one you can conjure up there. And Fran, a mighty fireball, if you would, please. Let's see how this goes. Ow, the pain stick. Ow. What have you guys got against Edith? Quit picking on her. Oh, we are not going to let up. We are going to press the attack on that group. Oh, Deirdre, I know statistically they're more likely to hit Blythe and Angie, but they've been taking a liking to Edith, so I'm going to ask you to please throw some iron skin her way. And I'm just going to hope and pray that my 3 attackers can take out those savant guards. And Fran, try shrill sound. Well, it tickles them. Ow! Thank you, Blythe. And Angie, thank you. Well, some of our fighters up there. Connie, I'll have you finish that last one off. Deirdre. How about you hide? Edith. Let's throw some heals onto Fran. And Fran, let's give him a big old frost blow. $18. That's some good frosty. I'm totally guessing that Fran and Angie weren't focused on the same guy. All right. Things are shaping up here. Wait, she can actually attack from the back rank. Fran, you dodge. Well done, crew. Well done. Oh, wow. Did not get a level up out of that. Well, what's the status here? Oh, one more of those and we'll get some level ups. So let's see. Connie, you're going to be the next one to go. You just need 1 point of strength. Both of the fighters are set. Deirdre needs 2 vitality. Edith, you need 1 strength, 1 dexterity, and 1 speed. Fran, you need 3 speeds. Sounds like you're a bike, 3 speed. Oh. Hi, Tracker Relic. None of us are trained in diplomacy, and none of us have any charm spells right now, so I think we'll just awkwardly try to step past you. Thanks. Ooh, hey, look at that. A treasure chest. No, don't mind if I help myself. Connie, what do we got there? Definitely something in space number 3, nothing in either of the firsts. So that narrows it down a bit. That doesn't do it. Could be a poison dart. Can't be a guardian. Cannot be a dagger. It's not kiss of death. Okay. Poison darts it is. Alright, no whammies. Yeah, there we go. Big money, big money! Good job, Connie. We got a scroll, a potion, some more powder, 18 charges of wand, more powder, 60 quarrels, 52 arrows. Well, didn't get a crossbow or a bow to shoot with, but I've never really been a ranged or throwing fan. I don't know, just something about having to carry the ammunition all over the place. Alright, well, Blythe, what can you make of this stuff? Ooh, a spell of conjuration. That's awesome. We will give that to our thief. Can you get the Book of Fairy Tales yet? Nope. Put the journey kit in the bottom slot, so it's always the last thing in the inventory. Alright. Still can't tell what that potion is. Don't know what that dust is. Wand? Oh, a sparkle sticks. Sneeze powder. Casts itching skin. Alright. Regular quarrels. Elm arrows. Okay. Well, let's take that powder. Give that to Edith. Edith, can you identify that with a level 1? No. Well, let's just save the game before we camp out. Hopefully Trekker Relic does not just stumble into our camp. I would also have prayed for no Savant Guards, but I guess you can't always get what you want. Oh boy. Well, Blythe, easy come, easy go. Let's give those Savant Guards a bad time. Connie, you hide. Edith, give us a blessing. Use up all that mental spell points that you just recovered. Oh my gosh, Deirdre! Well, at least they're irritated. Slightly more likely to miss us. Alright, Blythe, just follow up with an attack. Connie, attack. Deirdre, you got your butt kicked. Hide. Edith, heal the girl who just got her butt kicked. And start. Oh my goodness. That is not a good way to wake up, Fran. Alright, Angie, attack. Blythe, attack. Connie, unleash heck. Deirdre. I still didn't give you anything super useful. But, buff Fran. Edith, stop Fran from dying. And Fran, blast him. Well, oh, thank goodness. Pulled through there. 1034 XP. Now, let's save and try to camp again so we can identify that item. Okay, I think we got spell points back. Okay, level 2 identify. Snake Dust. Summons Phantom Darts. You know what? Let's give that to Deirdre. Yeah, we'll also give some sparkle sticks. Okay. Edith, please heal. Fran again. And Fran, we're going to keep exploring, so give us an enchanted blade. Okay. That is the way out of New City. On the other side of the city, of course. A vivid red emblem has been attached. You know, I don't feel like picking a fight with any more Savant Guards just yet. So I'm not going to. This is the Umpani Detaché. Military personnel only. Since I am not a member of the Umpani military, I'm going to slowly back away. And let's try this door. Abandoned. I am at this time just going around the outskirts of the city. We'll fill in all these places eventually. Another locked door, you say? Connie, can you do something about that? Thank you. Oh my goodness. Umpani ruffians. Hey, we're supposed to be the only party of off-planet troublemakers here. What's the big idea? Deirdre, put him to sleep if you could. And standard operating procedure for everybody else. Please have Fran fireball him before the sleep. There we go. Got all 5 of them singed. Nice. Yeah, this game does not take very long before it merges the fantasy and sci-fi aspects together. Alright, Deirdre, apparently your loot didn't do all that much. The guy you slept is already awake. Let's just hide for a bit. Edith, why not fight and blast him again, Fran? And I think I feel safe calling the Umpani's guys since they all have horns on their snouts. Now, maybe Umpani females have horns on their snouts. I don't know. I'm just basing it on earth mammals. You know, I didn't think there were 2 of them left. That one fella in the back is standing directly behind this one. But, hey, they travel in single file to hide their numbers. All right. That fight lasted a bit. But it's all good XP. Connie, did you get a point of strength? No. Well, still got 3 levels to get those 2 points of strength. Not going to be too long for our fighters. 630. So maybe one fight or two, depending on who our foes are. Next to us is the Curio Museum, amazing oddities. To our right, the new city dock and marina. The ocean. The Great Sea of Sorrows spans before us like a vast and dense space flattened onto the sky, spreading into the far distant horizon as the desolate plain of shimmering ether. Its deep waters chant 1,000 silent tales, and its unseen borders but hint of far distant lands. How universal such a compelling motion, as if behind every veil of boundless unknown lay cloaked an invisible beacon, endlessly calling. Such solace these sights bring, as if a reminder that though the trappings of mortal man be forever enshrouded in a sea of passing discords, he has but to open his eyes that he may bear witness to some greater existence of which he is only a momentary traveler. That's deep, man. That is deep. Well, that looks like an abandoned building in front of us. Ooh, not very abandoned if they've locked it. Wow, that's a hard one. Connie, let's give it a shot. Failure. Well, you know what they say. We don't take no for an answer. Ooh, that was close. Let's go backwards. Jammed door, that means reload. Well, our luck's not been with us yet on this door. Okay, you know what? We're going to use a key that we had found. Not the old city access key, just a standard key. Iron key. Does that do the trick? No. We must need a pewter key that we could get as a drop off some creatures. Alright, let's just do this the old-fashioned way. Brute force. I mean, brute force as in trying over and over again, not, actual brute force. Alright, who we got to face in here? Gorn, spearmen, and other unidentified Gorns. Alright, we'll take that bet. No, not spell. The use button, please. Thank you. Oh, put 4 of those Gorns asleep. That's pretty decent. So a few videos ago I had been pondering the effectiveness of a fireball versus a magic missile. And so aside from the spell cost, magic missile is 4 per level and fireball is 6 per level, and that they're in different schools, so different creatures might resist them differently. The magic missile does 1d7 points per power level, and the fireball does 2d4 points of damage per level. So you're looking at an average of 4 on a magic missile and an average of 5 on a fireball. So they're pretty comparable. I think the fireball also can affect 1 or 2 more targets than a magic missile does. So I guess they've each got their application. Oh gosh, those other Gorn, who are apparently spearmen, have all woken up. Connie, please start wailing on them. Deirdre, if you could please put them back to sleep. And we'll unleash Heck. Unfortunately, we're going to wake up all these sleeping ones with a fireball. But hey, they might have all missed their turn while they were napping. Oh no! That bag of XP ran away. So you can see the difficulty in this game ramped up really quickly once we got to New City. Got easily groups of double-digit enemies that we have to deal with on a routine basis. Yeah, Blythe, how about you go start attacking those guys too? Deirdre, I want you to keep trying to put them to sleep. I'd rather not have to rest and heal after this fight. And yeah, let's use that shrill sound. Alright. There they go, all asleep. And now we'll start wailing on them. Wakey wakey, greenskins. Oh no! Another bag of XP ran away. Now there's but 1 to go. Oh, and Deirdre from downtown. Yeah, there we go. That's enough points for our fighters to level up. More points and everything for Wonder Woman here. Oh, look at that. Level 6 fighter. Already 65 in her weapon skill. I know. Blythe, you're still going to get compared to Angie, no matter what. But you're special just the way you are. Alright, Edith's going to be next in line here. And she needs to earn 1 strength, 1 dexterity, and 1 speed. Oh yeah, Connie's nowhere near leveling up again. Now, it has been a while since that fight, so... Okay, yeah, we have the entire building left to explore here. Door. Dare we go through? Well, after we pick it, that is. Oh, I don't think we can pick that door. That is not changing colors. We'll either have to find a key off of an enemy or level up Connie a little bit more. Am I going the right way? Did I get turned around when I exited that building? I did get turned around when I exited the building. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Don't know that we have anything really useful in here. We could rest. Or let's just charge ahead. More Gorn! Holy moly, that's only 22 Gorns. Yeesh. Well, let's give it the old college try, I suppose. Running low on spell points there. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, we are. Fran, let's use your magic missile scroll instead. I know that's a higher level version of the spell. Well, now they're all shifting their positions around. All right. Let's continue wailing on this group. Deirdre, sleep this batch of them if you would, please. No, we'll break that up into 2 casts. They're all probably a little wounded, the survivors. It wouldn't do to overkill one of them. That's a clutch heal there, Edith. Oh, shifting all over the place. Alright, can't attack that party anymore. So we'll focus our rage on that bunch now. And Deirdre, you'll put another batch to sleep, please. Edith, what can you do? You can heal yourself. Fran, we're going to use that last little bit of frost there to Snipe that fella in the back rank. That unlimited use of the poet's lute to put things to sleep is a lifesaver. Just imagine how rough this would be if we had to take all those extra attacks against us every round. Alright, fight and fight and fight and hide. Fran, let's use that last little bit of juice you've got there. We are definitely going to need ourselves a nap after this fight. Ooh, goodness. Edith, did you level up here? Yes. Okay, what do you have for improvements? Piety? That is absolutely not useful. Let's pay that. Now you're at 10 swimming. You won't drown by touching water. Ooh, and we did not get to the next tier of spells. So that means pick silence. Because silence is golden. Well, with that being said, I think we're going to end the video. Again, thank you all for watching. Have a great day.